Hello, this is ISS TV Plus, and you're welcome to Time Out with Emmanuel Jacob. And today with me in the studio, I have a very special guest, the CEO of Benininfo, a serial entrepreneur and one of the respected leaders here in Republic of Benin. Thank you so much for coming to the studio, Mr. Henry.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Yeah, you're looking great.
Thank you.
Okay, a lot of people know about Benininfo, but can you tell us more about who you are, Mr. Henry?
All right. My name is Henry Okooboh from Edo State, but I was born and brought up in Kaduna State. And I'm an entrepreneur. All I do is to create value to people that are in need of my services.
Okay. Over the years, your impact has been felt in the Republic of Benin, and I know you have a couple of businesses. Can you tell us what drives you as an entrepreneur?
Okay, I'm always hungry to create value. That's what drives me. I just want to create value, and I'm hungry all the time for value. So I do a lot of businesses that create value to individuals, and that's my drive, value.
Okay, wow, value. Very, very important. You know, because when you create value, when you solve problem, money comes to you. But the problem is that we have a lot of people who wants to get the money first without creating value. That's why we have issues in the society today. I know you're a serial entrepreneur. So how many businesses have you done in the past few years?
Okay, I've done a couple of businesses. I started doing business, I think, long time ago. I could remember I started selling pure water and all that some years back. But now I could say I have about 8 businesses that we do, I and my team. And Benininfo is one of them. IT-fied, leadpreneur. I have business that I do with other people also. Okay. Combined a joint business. Tisiamo, just about 8 of them.
Wow, that's great. You know, lately we have this revolution is like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. You see so many motivational speakers. You need to be an entrepreneur, go and start something. So what advice do you have for people that wish to go on this entrepreneurship journey? Because I'm also an entrepreneur. I've noticed it's not an easy journey. So what advice do you want to give to people who aim to become entrepreneurs or people who are already entrepreneurs?
It's very simple. The idea of becoming an entrepreneur is to create value. Number one, you need to solve problem. But the issues people have is that you want to solve problem of what you don't know about. If you want to go into any business, you must know the things you are doing and the problem you want to solve. People don't know about a particular business, but they want to go into it because others are in it. Oh, wow. With that, you can't solve any problem.
Yeah, that's true.
So how I do is I make sure I know every little thing about the business I want to go into before I start. With that, I remove the risks of failure. Failure is inevitable, but I remove the risk of failure so that I will know that at least I'm always doing something that I know, so that I can provide value at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very important when you do what you know and not just doing things because every other person is doing it. And will you say, apart from doing what you know, are you also passionate about this, or is it just all about, I don't know, you know, most times people say, follow your passion, follow your passion. So some people want to follow their passion, but then they don't know about their passion. What do you advise in such scenario?
Okay, in terms of passion, it has to do with more of what you can do long term.
Okay.
If you can't do a particular thing long term, probably that's not your passion.
Okay.
The money doesn't define the passion. But if you want to know this is my passion, you need to make sure that it's something you can do long term. If you can do that long term, probably that's your passion. Okay. So if you can sustain yourself, even when there is no money, even when you have a lot of challenges, you can sustain yourself, you know you are passionate about that particular thing, then you can proceed with that. That's how you know your passion.
Okay.
If you can't stay long time doing a particular stuff, probably it's not your passion. It's not your passion.
Yeah.
So if you go into that, maybe you are going into it because of some other benefit, maybe because of the money or because of peer pressure.
Yeah, I understand. Because Simon Sinek said, he said, doing something you don't love is called stress, but doing something you love is called passion.
True.
You know, there is this ideology, people usually wait till they are done with school. So they are always like after school whatness. But I feel like it's important that we start something while we are in school. Can you talk about life of a student entrepreneur, like student entrepreneurship?
All right. This is a very interesting one. I made my first million while I was still a student.
Wow, you made the first million while you're still a student?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. While I was still a student, I made my first million, providing service to my fellow students.
Wow.
I helped students to come to Benin Republic while I was a student.
Wow.
I make money off them in projects. I make money designing websites for people in America while I was a student.
Wow.
I created a website to bring people to provide value to them about goods and services in Benin Republic while I was a student.
Wow. Wow.
So I don't understand when people say,
After school.
I want to, after school. After school, what next? After school, there is nothing. You will be doing the same thing you've been doing before, when you were in school, and after school.
Okay.
Leaving school doesn't prepare you for what next.
Wow.
But when you're in school, you'll be able to prepare for what next.
Wow.
Before I left the school, I already knew what I was going to do.
Wow.
I'm providing value, and people are paying me for my value, and I'm in love with it. And I was like, wow, if this is how this life is, then I think I will be doing this for the rest of my life.
Wow.
I want to provide value. I want to make sure I do things that people will be like, if not because of this guy, I would have lost money, or I will not be in this position.
Yeah.
And that's value for me.
Wow.
So leaving school is not the key.
Yeah.
But while you're in school,
What are you doing?
what are you doing?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you've spoke so much about value. I think I'll have to call you Mr. Value.
You can go ahead and call me that.
Okay. I think recently the World Economic Forum, they published a list of some relevant skills young people need to learn in this particular generation based on the changes and things that have happened over time. So can you talk more about these relevant skills young people need to learn to be relevant in this generation?
All right. Yes, they released a report about skills we should learn. But before the skills that we should learn, let me give a rundown about what actually transpired to that report. It's as a result of our challenges in Africa. We had two challenges. They said we have issue of governmental policy, and we have issues of education, which means that in school, we are being taught what we cannot use outside school.
Yeah.
So we have issues of a person, a student, you'll be taught how to become a doctor, but when you leave the school, there is no hospital to work.
Yeah.
So they say, for us to change Africa, for us to become who we are supposed to be as Africans and as individuals, that we must engage in relevant skills that provide value to humanity.
Okay.
First to Africans, then to the other part of the world. These skills are, they say we should learn something like digital marketing in terms of technology.
Yeah.
Because the world is a global village right now.
That's true.
We can sell online, we can do other business online. They ask us to focus on agriculture. We consume products, clothes, goods from outside Africa, and we have massive land, we have water, we have everything we need to produce.
Have people.
We have people, manpower. 70% of Africans, of our population are youth, able youth. Now, they said we should go into farming, produce the cotton we need to do clothes. Let us engage in skills like fashion design.
Okay.
Yes, skills like fashion design, farming, fishery. They also asked us to engage in AI, artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So that we can be able to collect data, know how to use this data to benefit us, then also use this data for other people outside Africa.
Yeah.
Skills of handwork.
Okay.
We have a lot of issues. People are you have your car, your car. You need your car to be fixed.
Yeah.
You need somebody that will sew your clothes. All these kind of skills are what they say we should focus on.
Yeah.
And let us build on them.
Yeah.
So that we can use them to sustain ourselves and also be relevant to other people outside Africa.
Yeah, and I think when you learn all these skills, you are also creating value. Yeah, you said you have 8 businesses that you run. So can you just give us an easy step of, I know probably you can't say everything, but just a short tip on how to start up a business.
Okay, it's very easy.
Okay.
You just go online and you create a website.
Okay.
have an idea. I feel like I should just start a digital company. Let me provide services. Or probably I want to learn how to, or I'm a speaker. For instance, I speak to people. I'm a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
If I want to start up my business, it's simple. I go online, get a Facebook page, establish myself as a speaker on the page, go on Instagram, open all your social medias, and begin to speak. Begin to do it. That's it. That's how you start your business. It doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to go rent a building. You don't need to do anything. Start where you are. You just need to have a data. Open Instagram account. Open Twitter account. Open Facebook account. Start speaking. That's how you start a business. If you want to sell clothes, open any of these accounts, social media. Then you get somebody that has clothes, advertise the clothes online. And you get customers and you say, that's how you start your business. Later you can start to creating the clothes yourself if you're a fashion designer, or get other means of getting those clothes. But starting a business is the easiest thing because it doesn't require money.
I mean,
no money involved. Right now, at this age, no money involved in starting a business.
But most people don't believe that.
That's the problem. It's the mindset. Wrong mentality. And they made us believe that we must finish school
before starting the business.
Before we start a business. They made us believe that we must learn certain things, we must do some certain things before we start a business. But that's not true. We don't need all that. To start a business, you don't need all that. You don't need to do all that to start a business.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, the world is a global village now. A lot of things are done online. People are buying, people are selling online. I think it's time we leverage on social media and the opportunities we have.
No, others are doing it. In America, you have people doing it. You have young boys, 17, 18, 21 years old, in real estate business. What they do? They go, you have a house, they advertise it online, and they get clients, and they get their commission. These guys are making over $5,000 every month.
Wow.
And some of them are not even in America. We even have some boys in Lagos that are doing this same kind of business. They are real estate agents in America.
Wow.
Yes. You go, you get the building, you get the place, you get all the information, and you begin to advertise it, and you get clients. You send to the office, and you get your commission. And they're making $5,000, $10,000 per month.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
As someone who has most of your businesses based in Republic of Benin, what advice you have to tell Nigerian students that are living in Republic of Benin before we wrap up this session?
All right. I always tell my students, once you are here, you need to learn the skills you need to provide value. When we talk about value, you don't just provide value when you don't have skills to do that. First thing I advise students to do, when you are in this country, Benin Republic, what you need to do first is, please learn the language here. Learn to speak. Learn to communicate with people around here. If you understand French, going back to Nigeria, French is a value to Nigerians. It might not be a value to you here. It is, but some people might like, okay, I don't need to speak French while I'm in Benin Republic because I go to a school where they speak English, I have friends. What if you go back to Nigeria and you want to work with UN or these other guys? Learn French. Have the language is very important for you. Then, secondly, learn a skill here in Benin Republic before you leave. You are a student, have a skill. You are a computer science student. Before you leave, make sure you're a professional web developer or a graphic designer. If you are into business administration, make sure you know digital marketing, social media marketing. Get a skill before you leave. Now, these same skills, you can start using them here.
Yes.
I've got a lot of students that are working with us right now. About 10 of them working with us.
Wow.
They came here as a student. They're working with us as a student. Some of them will not go back because we are going to retain them. Some of them, they started their own business here in Benin Republic.
Wow.
Some of them go back and they are doing business. So that's the idea. Some of our students, when they come here, they want to quickly go back with their certificate, thinking that there's a job waiting for them in Nigeria. Then when they go back, after the NYSC, they discover that there is no job.
That's true.
And their heart broken. And they want to come back or they want to live somewhere. So, but what I would say is, Benin Republic is just a location. Nigeria is also a location. So you shouldn't be tied to the location. It's just what you can do up here that matters most.
Thank you so much. we've come to the end of this session. I mean, Mr. Henry has taught us so much about skill acquisition and how to be relevant as students, how to create value. And if you are a student in the Republic of Benin and you are not learning a skill, that's a recipe for disaster, because there is no guarantee that when you leave the higher institution that there is a job for you somewhere. I think in ISS we have a College of Fashion, Art and Design, and we have a skill acquisition program too. We have a language center where you can come and learn French at ISS. So thank you so much for watching. This is Time Out with Emmanuel Jacob, ISS TV Plus. Don't forget to subscribe.